As he learns the truth will automatically free him. It is much easier to be brave if you do not know everything. There is no place where espionage is not possible. A petty thief is put in jail. A great brigand becomes a ruler of a nation. The truth doesn't mind being told every once in a while. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. You can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail the revolution. Flow with whatever may happen, and let your mind be free. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Once friends as batchmates, but now different batches divide us. Never feel guilty or ashamed for the mistakes of others. Being brave means that knowing when you fail, you won't fail forever. Management of many is the same as management of few. It is a matter of organization. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Genius is measured not by static volume, but by kinetic vision. I'm glad I see with my eyes and not the pages I've read. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. When something can be read without effort, great effort has gone into its writing. Peace proposals unaccompanied by a sworn covenant indicate a plot. Death is unstoppable. One must face it as a fact of life. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. In order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. Dining with the king, your attire, attitude, and mentality must change. Truth is what your contemporaries let you get away with. The moon does not simply disappear when we are not looking at it. Don't fear big. Fear mediocrity. Fear waste. Fear the lack of living to your fullest. Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. I'm going to try speaking some reckless words, and I want you to try to listen recklessly. It's hard not to feel happy when you make someone smile. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. We are good to others only because we think that that is or will be good for us. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Respect is earned. Honesty is appreciated. Trust is gained. Loyalty is returned. Anyone who does anything creative is always going to want to change. To bear and not to own. To act and not lay claim. To do the work and let it go. For just letting it go is what makes it stay. Sometimes it takes a good fool to really know where you stand. Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Some people look for a beautiful place, others make a place beautiful. The desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise. Life is a bittersweet journey, my friend, a bittersweet journey. People are the most difficult thing in the world to change. Imagination is the highest form of research. There's nothing in the world that breeds success like success. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. Don't let the fear of losing them keep you from loving them. Moods can be contagious. Don't catch or spread a bad mood. Irrational expectations are at the root of most human suffering. Remember that you are only alive now. This is the only moment you have. Embrace it. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. There's nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. There is no such thing as a great talent without great willpower. I ought to go upright and vital and speak the rude truth in all ways. For any sin, we all suffer. That is why our suffering is endless. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. I would never die for my beliefs, because I might be wrong. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they produce more hues than can ever be seen. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Do not use life to give life to death. Do not use death to bring death to life. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. There's so much to be grateful for. Words are poor things. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. I could die for you, but I couldn't and wouldn't live for you. Darkness ages faster than you'd think. It doesn't loiter on forever. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. The essence of knowledge is having it to use it. The company you choose to keep says a lot about who you are. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. When you trip over love, it is easy to get up. But when you fall in love, it is impossible to stand again. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. In war, practice dissimulation and you will succeed. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead.